When it comes to school districts across the state, experts say layoffs are inevitable.
Districts are also sitting on federal pandemic relief money that will soon expire. Our political reporter Morgan Reiner explains why your child's district will likely be facing budget cuts soon.
Experts told me that kind of spending is not standard and it will go away. To put it simply, schools are losing students. Schools get money based off of how many students they have. So experts told me it's time for schools to prepare for the unavoidable layoffs.
Suzanne Speck is the Executive Vice President of School Services of California. They provide financial management resources to school districts.
During the period of the pandemic, schools have been funded based on their ADA back in 2019-20, so they've essentially been held harmless.
But the pandemic caused ADA, or average daily attendance, to drop, and that's what the new budget will be based on.
It'll be almost impossible to make reductions that don't result in people being laid off.
You know, there's some difficult downsizing decisions and projections over downsizing that will come over the next year.
To add to that issue, the state auditor released a new report Tuesday that found many school districts are not spending the money they're getting from the federal government. California received $24 billion from the feds for education.
Right now, there are about a fifth of the LEAs we identified that haven't spent or they've spent less than 20% of their federal funds.
And if schools don't use the money, it goes back to the feds. Margarita Fernandez with the state auditor's office predicts $160 million will be wasted.
San Diego Unified School District had spent none of a certain type of these funds, and actually almost none of both of the funds that are going to expire.
As of June, San Diego spent 70% of one type of funding, but 0% of the other.
Margarita Fernandez told me that the State Department of Education is supposed to be monitoring the 1,500 to 1,600 local education agencies, but in reality, they're really only monitoring less than 1% of them. Also, Fernandez says that $160 million that the state is projected to give back to the federal government is only from the first round, the least amount the school districts are projected to lose.